Do-do-do-do-do-do. Good morning. Timothy Darrell Young, BS MPA, write-in candidate winner in the student government election. Write-in. They took my name and my running mate's name off the Scantron ballot, is what we were using back then in the late 90s, Portland State, before Bloody Gina's satanic national security apparatus and FBI old boys and mind control systems found me before I got infected, chipped, made a beast system, satanic spinal cord toothpick for torture. Before all that happened, I won an election as a write-in candidate for student body president. Showed up in Newsweek in an article. Nobody had done anything like that at such a large university before. It's not exactly getting outspent 18 to 1 in your congressional election in the Bronx and walking away with Teflon skin and being like, and? But, for the West Coast and my little pond, it was a big deal even for national press at the time. I should probably do more of these live videos. I'm talking to perps and other remote neural monitor observers of my consciousness, and they feel like they can control my communication channels and use it for Satanism. So this is my little space in Hillsboro, Oregon. Very large employers internationally are stationed in this county. Intel and Bill Knight, who's got him walking on air, quite literally. 15 years of nano, slave, attacked the University of Oregon at the graduate dorms where there used to be a bakery. I smelled baked goods all the time. That's why I got my gluten allergy there too. And the satanic national security apparatus invaded my home, my community, my mind, and my body. And has been there more or less ever since, like 1,300 perps over 15 years. Voice to sculling me, remote neural monitoring me, brain computer interfacing me, and then the satanic set designer street theater. And some of those people that have showed up to torture me publicly and stuff like that, their real bodies are in different locations, but they're walking around like Redmond or Tualatin or, Washington State or Portland or Vegas, or it doesn't matter. They follow me everywhere. Their bodies as they appear aren't their real bodies. They're not real men. They're in other locations on machines, and their consciousness gets transferred to these NSA flying monkey criminals who have access to all the toys, do things like manhandle a whole police department full of old boys like they're 2-year-old baby girls. Cut. So I came from the lawmaking group, not so much the law enforcement group, but they're getting pwned. In 2013, they talked about a few words used to mislead two connotations. At least last time we poisoned the pigs. There was an incident out there in the Middle East some thousands of years ago. And then there's groups of people that still don't eat pig. And then there's the connotation with law enforcement and all of the old boys. I tried to make law, failed. Set up to fail, I feel like. Don't invade with EMF gang stalking, particularly Portland, or the communities around me, or the space around my home. Hostile soldiers covertly in my kill box. Like this space, legally. They're in it. And accessing my mind and body even, but they have electromagnetic form perpetrators that I could see. Their consciousness is transferred to like a translucent, roughly humanoid form, and they're patrolling inside this nut house that I'm in because they're driving me crazy too. And like his body is in another location, like anywhere in the world, as an electromagnetic form perpetrator, and he's still in my kill box. Like this is constitutionally protected space. I should be able to break his fucking neck. But I can't because of the tech. National defense issues here, pig fuckers. So some days I get mad and angry, but I don't want to be super mad and angry. I don't trust moments of death. I've been too much of a TI for too long. I don't want to get Steve jobbed. And what I mean by that is John Lear, a brilliant researcher in some of these hard to know fields, was talking about Steve Jobs' body after he died. His wife observed it. It reacted like, whoa, whoa, like soon after it seemed like he died. And Lear's speculation was that he was basically getting sucked up into the moon to be recycled, which I'm trying to avoid at literally all costs, including turning off possibly a second copy of Earth, which we're in a double-blind study. Both sides don't really know, but Musk had to do some math for me to make it a little bit more believable than maybe the rantings of a madman, which is what I am. Good morning, West Coast. Fiat, end it. Meta money. And tuition is up over 1,000% over the 40 years that I've been alive, adjusted for inflation. And that's flatly unacceptable. Stay out of my home, follow the Constitution. There shouldn't be so much black water up over the Constitution. Psychological operations are not God. And this is some of the worst crime in existence. We don't have frames of reference from past understandings of different incarnations, but I'm getting inside my head, my home, my body, my spinal cord system, and everything that's attached to it, basically being a toothpick for Satanism covertly for 15 years. 1.5 million out of like 327 million Americans, I think roughly, that are TI. Estimates of like off the 1.5 million number, like at least 5 million gang stalker broods, a lot of them with access to the dark web, purchasable technology to be able to sink your mammal body in a new location and walk around my apartment like a hostile soldier. And I can't kill him in my kill box, and it's legal that I do. He's not supposed to be here. Hold by federales spreading incorrect information about me in a deep state attack attempted to extreme kill. No, I'm not happy. And they can read my mind to know that I don't want to hurt anybody. It's, yeah, I'm a real Christian that way. But it doesn't matter if it's a second copy of Earth. Nope. If it's a second copy of Earth, I've set up everybody that has ever just played game, particularly on the perpetrator side worldwide. If it's a second copy of Earth, I am the meanest motherfucker in existence to those that are still perpetrating me and everybody like me. Back in my body and mind, home. The Satanism. It's overpowering, it's deceptive, it's convincing. It's bad. Bad is not good. So let's see if we can end this live stream at about 9 minutes this morning. Timothy Darrell Young, born June 5th, Bountiful, Utah, 1979. And I'm a master's of public administration, and there's this other kind of masters that they prevent us from ascending to with things like cell phone